have made me feel very welcome, and I've just decided I've got to come back again for a holiday. So thank you all very much, and we will continue to do all we can for Gambia.
The four-day tour of select West African countries by the Chief of Defence Staff of the British Army is coming at a time when the international community is raising concerns about the situation in northern Mali, in which, according to reports, the government has taken full control of the region. Well, now it remains to be seen how an international stabilization force will try to control the situation there in the coming months. From the Banjul International Airport, the British Chief of Defence Staff is expected to fly to Abuja. Ibrahim Balde reporting for Grts News.
The National Assembly Thursday convened an extraordinary session to ratify 4 motions tabled by 3 cabinet ministers. These were the statute of the OIC Women Development Organization, the trade preferential treatment among OIC member states, and the Covenant of the Rights of the Child in Islam. Mamadou Jallo reports.
Members of the National Assembly emerged from their break for the second time to convene an extraordinary session to ratify 4 motions tabled by Ministers Baba Gaba Jahumpa, Keba Toure and Lamin Jabate. The Health and Social Welfare Minister, who is also responsible for National Assembly matters, was the first to table a motion entitled Statute of the OIC Women Development Organization before deputies for ratification.
This statute, Honorable Speaker, of the OIC Women Development Organization has been developed to create in the OIC a specialized organization that would be called the Women Development Organization in the member states of the OIC, to be responsible for the development and promotion of the role of women in the OIC member states.
The motion received wide support from deputies, with many describing it as non-controversial and straightforward.
Honorable Speaker, there is no Islamic law that discriminates against women. In my humble opinion, the problem is the fact that interpretation can be subjective and liable to errors, distortions, and omissions.
Honorable Speaker, we all know His Excellency the President has been one of the key people championing the development of women. For that being the matter, I think this Parliament will not waste time on ratifying this motion.
We Gambian women are most grateful to His Excellency, for he has already set the pillar for women development, as attested to by the numerous developments that has taken place where women are concerned since the advent of the APRC.
Honorable Speaker, our dynamic leader, our peacemaker, our freedom fighter has empowered the women of the Gambia 100%.
Honorables Neti Bande of Tumana and Fabagari Tombong Jara, the majority leader and member for Serekunda East, both agree that what is contained in the OIC document is already in the Gambia as far as women empowerment is concerned.
You look at the objectives of this document. 8 out of the 10 objectives of this document, which are social, are things that are very, very, very common and are implemented in this country. They are supported by a legal framework.
And all indications are that we've already got in place policies and legal frameworks that go to empower and develop women in this country. So actually, all what is entailed in this document, though it focused on the Islamic principles, are what you find in our statutes and the policies.
The motion was unanimously adopted by deputies, much to the appreciation of the minister, who earlier said its ratification will enable the Gambia host the 2017 OIC summit. Next came Keba Toure, Minister of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, who tabled a motion on trade preferential system, rules of origin, and protocol on preferential tariff scheme for OIC member states. The document, if ratified, he argued, will greatly benefit the Gambia.
These two conventions are formulated to implement the framework agreement on trade preferential system, which was signed, as I said earlier on, by the Gambia on September 5th and ratified by Parliament in August 2009. The framework agreement on trade preferential system of the OIC mainly seeks to promote trade among OIC member states through the exchange of trade preferences.
The motion was well received by deputies such as Honorable Lamin Jame of Ilyasa, who observed that it is similar to other trade documents such as the ECOWAS Protocol, AGO and the EC-ACP Protocol. Honorables Fode Jallo of Nyamina East and Buba Aisane of Combo Central all lent their support to the motion. It was therefore unanimously adopted by the House. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Lamin Jabate, later followed to table two successive motions. The first was the Covenant on the Rights of the Child in Islam. This attracted a lot of contributions from the House, and members held the government for putting child welfare issues top on its priority list, and said the document is in line with our norms and values.
In other words, it seeks to protect the child from birth and have the right to a good name, to the registered authorities concerned, to have his nationality determined, and so on.
The resolution on the International Islamic Court of Justice also received wide support from deputies, with many describing Islam as a religion of peace. Both documents were also unanimously adopted by the House. Mamadou Jallo, GRTS.
The chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Alhaji Mustafa Karayol, and entourage continued their voter education campaign across the country. IEC officials, as we hear in this report by Babukar Senghor, met governors of the North Bank and Lower River regions and their chiefs to discuss a range of issues pertinent to the April 4th local government elections.
With less than 2 months before Gambians go to the polls for the local government elections, the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission and a delegation of officials of the commission recently embarked on a tour of the regions. The tour provided the IEC top official and aides the opportunity to discuss with the electorate pertinent issues revolving around the conduct of the April 4th local government elections. The first leg of the regional sensitization effort took the delegation to the regional center of Mansakonko in the Lower River region, where Chairman Mustafa El Kerel told participants about some of the key issues required to be followed by aspiring candidates for councillorship positions, as well as the importance of electing councillors. Campaigns for local government elections, Kerel declared, will kick off by the 28th March, lasting for a period of 14 days, with election days scheduled for the 4th of April. Past local government elections have seen a significantly lower turnout by the electorate, something the IEC top officials is trying to address in the forthcoming elections through massive sensitization efforts. From Mansakonko, the delegation headed for the North Bank region, where officials held discussions with local authorities at the regional center of Kerewan. The governors of the two regions spoke of their readiness to help increase awareness of the electorate about the importance of the local government elections. Their officials highlighted the importance of the election, citing the critical role councillors play in helping in the development process at local level, whilst ramping up the call for a massive participation of the electorate in the forthcoming elections. The IEC top brass are hopeful that the tour will solely generate the right results and help inject significant interest of the electorate in the April 4th elections. The onus, though, lies with the voter to come out and take part in the elections. For GRTS News, this is Babukar Senghor.
Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at news from outside the Gambia. Stay tuned in.
Very nice country. Just sitting here doing nothing.
This is precisely what you've been looking for. A vacation in some exotic destination, green and always sunny, amid ever blue skies, navigable rivers, and clean white beaches, begging for a lazy day. You gotta be in the destination which brings together all these qualities. It's 2013 and time to experience the ultimate break, savoring moments that will stay with you forever. Discover the characterful delight of this smiling coast on the expedition with me, Ibrahim Jata, at this time on GRT.